Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for coming to our reception to celebrate our fellowship class with WCPI. I've unfortunately been a little bit under the weather this week, so please bear with me. I wasn't sure if I would be able to make it tonight originally, but I really did not want to miss the opportunity to thank everyone who made my fellowship experience possible. There's so many people to thank for making this experience possible, from my family for their continuous support over the years, to the funders such as Newcomb College Institute and the Khan Education Foundation. And of course, to WCPI for their strong support and welcoming me into this wonderful community of women who I've gotten to know over the past 9 months. I originally applied for this fellowship because I wanted to understand the policy-making process better. As a doctoral student in sociology, I felt it was especially important to understand the mechanics of how policy is made, to better understand how it structures society and works to influence the areas that I study, including health inequity, nutrition, and reproduction. So of course, with this hands-on experience, I learned not only about the policymaking process, but so much more. I had the wonderful experience of getting to work in the office of Congresswoman Gwen, who represents Wisconsin's 4th district, including Milwaukee. I'm so grateful for this hands-on, even if majority virtual experience to get to learn how the Hill operates. Being a fellow over the last 9 months has looked many different ways, and I'm grateful for all of them. The first 2.5 months feel like their own chapter of physically working in the halls of Congress, attending briefings, hearings, meeting with constituents, and seeing historic events like the press conference of the Momnibus take place up close. The entire team at my office instantly welcomed me, sharing events and meetings that they thought I would be interested in. And because of the shortened time physically on the Hill, I'm all the more grateful for that. In the second chapter of the fellowship, while working remote, my colleagues in the office have continued to be incredibly supportive, taking the time to share projects with me and breaking down some of the more dense congressional processes. Having an up-close view of the legislative process during this unique time is an experience I will truly never forget. The pandemic has also brought to light some issues that I am personally very interested in, such as health inequity, and I've had more opportunities to really get to work on this kind of legislation, which has been especially important. I want to take a moment also to deeply thank Congresswoman Moore. While learning about policy was my original goal in the fellowship, I also had the great privilege of getting to know the Congresswoman and her personal work style. Her passion for her constituents and the issues that impact them is inspiring, and her ability to always bring her personal nature to her work. It is now my pleasure to introduce Congresswoman Moore.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me in celebrating the Women's Congressional Policy Institute Fellowship Class of 2020. Thank you to my own fellow, Sarah, for the wonderful introduction. Like all things that took place in 2020, we never could have known what a unique experience it would be to host a fellow in our office this year. Now, while Sarah's time physically working in Congress was cut short, she continued to forge ahead with us in these uncertain times. Before our office went remote, Sarah was able to use her experience working as a women, infant, children dietitian to help us put together the appropriations letters that I led on the WIC program and the school breakfast program. While we were all in the office, we had several conversations about the importance of addressing hunger in schools and working to solve the root issues of health inequity. Now, since remote working began in mid-March, Sarah has worked with the rest of my team to track the rapid legislative changes that took place at the start of the pandemic and to help advocate for the changes we need. As schedules got more and more unpredictable, we were grateful to have this addition to our team. She has been able to work with various members of my legislative team on issues of nutrition, women's health, and health equity, all issues that are very, very important and personal to me. I want to thank WCPI, as well as the funders from the Newcomb Institute and the Susan Scanlon Foundation for making Sarah's fellowship possible. You know, we must all work to advance the role of women in policy making. And what better way than providing this direct, hands-on experience to fellows while allowing offices to benefit from their efforts in learning the policy making process. Thank you so very much for making this fellowship possible and for all of the work that you do. God bless you.